Check, check. You're staring at the city. It's Nathan back with the city update, city update, city update. So what are we gonna do? Right now we're gonna talk about, first I wanna talk about some artists that are standing out, some artists that are standing out to me. I wanna highlight some artists. I also wanna talk about the top events that I saw going on, and finally, I wanna talk about music videos. Like, are music videos still a thing? What's going on with music, what's going on with music videos, man? Let's talk about music videos. All right. You know, in the Twin Cities, we got a ton of artists. So much so that sometimes it's even hard to distinguish yourself. Let's go through a list of some artists that stand out to me. The first artist I want to talk about is Big Kia. Big Kia is explosive on stage and has mad energy. Every time Kia touches the stage, you know that it's gonna go crazy. And we know that Kia opened for Lizzo. It was a huge event with Sophia Eris and them. Big Kia is representing Push Records now. Shout out to Push. Push Records got some hitters, and I really appreciate how AK Fields, Tory, and Kia kind of formed like a trifecta to do their thing. Shout out to Juice. And I also still see Kia putting out music and doing her thing, playing shows, making moves. So shout out to Big Kia, really creating her own lane and taking her music to that next level, maturing as an artist and becoming more professional. I really see Kia creating her own movement too, and so it's really dope to see. The second artist I want to talk about is Student One. Student One is from the Twin Cities. He's always been creative. To me, I always appreciate how humble he is. I got to interview Student one time at 7th Street down in the basement. Very humble kid. Also, I would say that Student One is a Twin Cities established artist, able to make his name in the Twin Cities and on the road throughout the United States and in the world. I'm really excited to see what happens in the future for Student One. The third artist I want to talk about is Cashanova. Cashanova is representing St. Paul, Minnesota, and I got to meet Cashanova a couple years ago. I remember I met Cashanova at an Atmosphere show at the Palace Theater. Actually, very humble dude as well. One thing I've always valued about Cashanova is how professional his movement is. All of his videos are on point, all of his songs sound really great, really on point, and he's just a professional writer and artist. You can tell from the beginning to the end. And also the passion. You could tell that Cashanova is a passionate artist and really puts a lot of passion behind his bars and his work. And you could tell that he's fighting for something greater than just himself. The fourth artist I want to talk about is Dwannell Rowland. I've known Dwannell Rowland since pretty much the beginning of my rap career in the Twin Cities. Actually, Dwannell Rowland recently had an event at Can Wonderland, and I hope that went well. Dwannell Rowland is one of those artists that I would consider to be like a Twin Cities select artist. And that's like a category that I have for myself. Like, it includes artists like Juice lord, like Prof, Nerdy, like those like artists that are like just Twin Cities select artists. Also, I keep seeing Dwannell Rowland coming back. Like, sometimes I feel like Dwannell will take a break, and then I feel like he'll come back, and then he'll take a break, and then he'll come back. So shout out to Dwannell Rowland. I got to interview him some years ago, but we got to re-up on that. The fifth artist and last artist I want to shout out on this city update is Mac OC. I recently was able to interview Mac OC, and I would say that he represents kind of like the new age, the new sound of the Twin Cities. And Mac OC represents Ozone and that Afrobeat sound, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ozone, shout out to Afrobeat sound in the Twin Cities. I would say Mac OC has a lot of potential as a leader too in the Twin Cities, and as to push the culture forwards and to keep spreading the culture from the Twin Cities all the way to different places like Atlanta and Texas and all around the world at that. Shout out Naija. I will also say that in Brooklyn Center, there's like a movement of like Afro artists and like just all artists, rap hip hop artists. And I don't really know that much about like the Brooklyn Center area. I'm actually from St. Paul and from this side of the cities more, so I know more artists over here. But I know that up in Brooklyn Center and in like Northeast Minneapolis, North Minneapolis, there's like a lot of movement. There's a lot of hip hop and culture going on over there too that I don't necessarily know that much about. So if anyone wants to comment on there, or if you want to come through for an interview, hit my line. Yes, sir. City update, city update, city update. We here with the city update. It's Nathan. You staring at the city. The top events that I've seen recently have stood out, and it hasn't even really been competition for them. And I'm not really saying it's a competition, but I just like to highlight the top events, in my opinion. And so I would say the top events have been the Clituation. Huge event standing out. It was kind of like a double party because it was a Pride event and the Clituation event. And the Clituation was already a cracking event, you know what I'm saying? So Clituation went crazy, And shout out to DJ Keezy though, just as a movement. DJ Keezy is really, like, you know what I'm saying, representing a brand and consistency with it. So shout out to DJ Keezy, just like as a movement. I was able to meet DJ Keezy some years ago, and like just like a kind-hearted person, you know what I'm saying, through Mike QA. Shout out to Q. The other event that had stood out to me was the Water Wave event. It was called the Wave Fest, in which they had a ton of vendors outside, you know what I'm saying, with it. And I really see Water Wave doing their thing. I also see like a very good economic opportunity that comes from what they have going on. And if you are in a position to have a brand or take advantage of that, I would suggest that that's something you do. That's what I see. City update, city update, city update. You staring at the city. It's Nathan. I want to talk about music videos. So what do you think about music videos? Do you think people are still shooting music videos? Should people still be shooting music videos? Do you still watch music videos? Do you have time to watch music videos? Like, what's the purpose of a music video? Like, in my opinion, music videos have changed. I mean, fundamentally. But obviously, like, you can still do it, and I think people should still do it. Like, it's just that nowadays it seems like it's so easy, and like everyone has a camera. Everyone has a nice camera. Plus, you have apps that basically do editing for you. Not to mention you have AI on the rise now as well. So I'm wondering, is because it's so, I wouldn't say it's easy, but like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot easier than it used to be. It feels just like, me personally, I still like to see them, and I actually do believe that they still have value when done right, consistently, and added to an artist's campaign that's consisting of more than just music videos. Like, I feel like before you used to be able to almost just put out a music video and that would go, but now you have to stay consistent with it because it's different, because of the aforementioned reasons and a lot of reasons outside of that. But my favorite music video producers from the cities are, I'll just go through the list quick. I like Robert Henry, I like Ben Hughes, I like Alan, I like Jake Handegard, and I like Polito John. You know what I'm saying? And there's more, but those are going to be the 5 that I'll name right now. Comment down below, you know what I'm saying, some other music video directors other than myself in the Twin Cities. And let's keep the conversation going, because that's the point of this. We really staring, we really looking, you know what I'm saying? Staring at the city. City update, city update. Yeah, it's been the city update. It's Nathan. You staring at the city. Comment down below anything you want to see us talk about in this conversation. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. And let's keep the conversation. You staring at the city. We really looking. Peace.